Welcome to a deep dive into one of the most popular career mantras of our time: follow your passion. But what if this advice is not only misleading but potentially harmful? In this video, we'll explore the real stories behind career satisfaction, starting with the journey of Thomas, a Zen monk, and moving through research, expert interviews, and the surprising truth about how people actually come to love their work. Get ready to challenge what you think you know about passion, purpose, and the path to a fulfilling career. Thomas always believed that following his passion for Zen Buddhism would lead to happiness. After years of study and travel, he finally arrived at the Zen mountain monastery in the Catskills, convinced he had found his dream job. The monastery, nestled in a beautiful oak forest, seemed like the perfect place to find meaning and peace. Thomas was filled with anticipation, certain that this was the answer to his lifelong search for purpose. Thomas's new life began with promise. He lived in a small cabin, waking before dawn for meditation, and spent his days in a rhythm of chores, study, and spiritual practice. The environment was serene, the routine strict, and the community deeply committed. Yet as the days passed, Thomas found that the reality of monastic life was far more challenging and mundane than he had imagined. The fantasy of constant enlightenment faded into the background of daily tasks and personal struggles. A major part of Thomas's practice involved working with koans, Zen riddles designed to break logical thinking and spark deeper insight. He struggled for months with the famous Mu koan, immersing himself so deeply that it became a part of his every waking moment. Eventually, a moment of clarity arrived, and he passed the first major gate of Zen practice. Yet even after this breakthrough, Thomas found that his inner life remained unchanged. The peace and happiness he expected did not materialize. Walking through the woods one afternoon, Thomas was struck by a painful truth. Achieving his dream had not brought the happiness he sought. Despite reaching the pinnacle of his passion, he was still the same person with the same worries and anxieties. The fantasy had crumbled, leaving him in tears. Thomas's story is a powerful example of how following your passion does not guarantee fulfillment or peace. Thomas's experience raises a critical question. Why do some people end up loving what they do, while others, even after following their passion, feel lost or dissatisfied? This question became the driving force for the author's own journey, leading to a deeper investigation into the realities of career satisfaction and the myths that surround it. The passion hypothesis is everywhere. The belief that the key to happiness at work is to find your pre-existing passion and match your job to it. This idea is promoted by countless books, career counselors, and even icons like Steve Jobs. But is it really true? The evidence suggests otherwise, and the stories of successful people often reveal a much more complex path. Steve Jobs is often cited as the ultimate example of someone who followed his passion. But if you look closely at his early years, you'll see a different story. Jobs was interested in many things: history, dance, Eastern mysticism, and only stumbled into technology as a way to make money. Apple was not born out of a lifelong passion for electronics, but from a series of small, practical steps and lucky breaks. Jobs's passion for his work grew over time, not before he started. Jobs's journey was not a straight line. He moved between jobs, explored spiritual practices, and only gradually found his way into the tech world. The founding of Apple was a small-time venture that unexpectedly took off. This messy, unpredictable path is actually common among people with compelling careers. Passion, it turns out, often follows success, not the other way around. A group of friends set out to interview people with meaningful careers, hoping to find the secret to loving your work. What they discovered was that most people did not start with a clear passion. Instead, they stumbled into their careers, learned new skills, and gradually developed a love for what they did. The idea that you must know your passion before you start is simply not supported by the real stories of successful people. Social science research confirms what these stories suggest. Matching your job to a pre-existing passion is not the main driver of workplace happiness. Instead, factors like autonomy, competence, and relatedness are far more important. Most people don't have clear work-related passions to begin with, and those who love their jobs often develop that love after years of building skills and relationships. Research by Yale professor Amy Wrzesniewski found that people who see their work as a calling are usually those who have spent years developing their skills. Passion is often a side effect of mastery, not a prerequisite. The more experience and competence you gain, the more likely you are to enjoy your work and see it as meaningful. According to self-determination theory, motivation at work comes from fulfilling three psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. These needs can be met in many different jobs regardless of whether they match a pre-existing passion. The key is to focus on building skills and relationships, which naturally lead to greater satisfaction and motivation. The passion hypothesis isn't just flawed, it can be dangerous. By convincing people that there is a perfect job waiting for them, it leads to chronic dissatisfaction, job hopping, and self-doubt when reality doesn't match the dream. Statistics show that job satisfaction has actually declined over the decades, even as the passion mantra has become more popular. Books like Quarter-Life Crisis document the struggles of young adults who feel lost in their careers despite following their passions. Many find that even their dream jobs are not fulfilling enough, leading to endless searching and a sense of missing out. This widespread confusion is a direct result of the passion-centric approach to career planning. Of course, there are exceptions. Some people, like professional athletes or lifelong artists, do seem to follow a clear passion from an early age. But these cases are rare and often involve unique talents or circumstances. For most people, the path to loving their work is far less direct and much more dependent on skill building and opportunity. If follow your passion is bad advice, what should you do instead? The answer lies in shifting your focus from what the world can offer you to what you can offer the world. This is the craftsman mindset, a commitment to mastering valuable skills and creating meaningful work, regardless of where you start. The craftsman mindset is all about focusing on what you produce, not what you get. It's about relentless improvement, attention to detail, and pride in your work. This approach is exemplified by performers, musicians, and professionals who dedicate themselves to becoming so good they can't be ignored. The craftsman mindset is the foundation for building a career you love. Comedian Steve Martin famously said, "Be so good they can't ignore you." This simple advice captures the essence of the craftsman mindset. Martin's own success came not from chasing passion but from years of dedicated practice and innovation. He focused on perfecting his craft, and the recognition and passion followed. Professional guitarist Jordan Tice embodies the craftsman mindset. Living in a modest room, he spends hours each day practicing, always pushing himself to master new techniques. For Jordan, the focus is on creating something meaningful and continually improving, not on chasing recognition or waiting for inspiration to strike. In the world of professional music, there's a saying, "The tape doesn't lie." What matters is the quality of your output, not your intentions or aspirations. This relentless focus on results is what drives true mastery and sets apart those who build remarkable careers. Most people approach work with the passion mindset, constantly asking what their job can offer them. This leads to dissatisfaction and confusion. The craftsman mindset, by contrast, is liberating. It asks you to focus on getting really good at something, regardless of whether it's your true calling. Some argue that the craftsman mindset only works for those who are already passionate about their work. But the reality is that even top performers struggle with doubts and insecurities. Their focus on craft is not driven by passion, but by the demands of their field and the pursuit of excellence. Regardless of how you feel about your job now, adopting the craftsman mindset is the foundation for building a compelling career. Forget about finding your true calling. Instead, focus on becoming so good they can't ignore you. Passion, more often than not, follows mastery. Great jobs are defined by traits like creativity, impact, and control. But these traits are rare and valuable. If you want a great job, you need to offer something rare and valuable in return. This is the basic law of supply and demand applied to careers. The key to getting a great job is building up career capital, rare and valuable skills that you can trade for the traits you want in your work. This theory explains why mastery and skill building are so important and why the craftsman mindset is the best strategy for career satisfaction. Steve Jobs' success didn't come from following a passion for technology. It came from developing rare and valuable skills, first by building advanced circuit boards, then by creating innovative products like the Apple II. Each step increased his career capital, giving him more control, creativity, and impact. Ira Glass, the host of This American Life, started as an intern and tape cutter. He spent years honing his editing and hosting skills, gradually becoming one of the best in public radio. His career capital eventually earned him the opportunity to create his own groundbreaking show. Al Merrick became a renowned surfboard shaper not by chasing a passion but by relentlessly improving his craft. His boards won competitions and his reputation grew. With enough career capital, he gained the freedom to shape his work and life on his own terms. Many career coaches and authors promote the idea that all you need is the courage to follow your dreams. But without career capital, courage alone is not enough. Starting a new venture without the necessary skills often leads to disappointment and struggle, not fulfillment. Lisa Fewer left her advertising career to start a yoga studio, inspired by the passion mindset and the courage culture. But with only a short training course and little career capital in yoga, her business struggled. Despite her passion, she ended up facing financial hardship, even relying on food stamps. Joe Duffy, another advertising executive, took a different approach. He spent years building his skills and reputation, eventually starting his own successful design firm. With plenty of career capital, Duffy was able to create a business that thrived and gave him the lifestyle he wanted. The stories of Duffy and Fewer illustrate a crucial point. Mastery and skill building are the real keys to career satisfaction and success. Passion alone is not enough. You need to invest in developing rare and valuable skills before you can expect to reap the rewards of a great job. Not every job is a good foundation for building career capital. If a job offers few opportunities to develop rare skills, focuses on something you find meaningless or harmful, or forces you to work with people you dislike, it may be time to move on. The craftsman mindset works best in environments where growth and contribution are possible. There are three main disqualifiers for applying the craftsman mindset. 1. The job doesn't allow you to develop rare and valuable skills. 2. The work feels useless or harmful. And 3. The environment is toxic. If your job meets any of these criteria, it may not be the right place to invest your energy. The big takeaway is that working right, focusing on skill, mastery, and contribution, trumps the endless search for the right job. Most work can become meaningful if you invest in becoming excellent at it. The craftsman mindset is a practical, proven path to career satisfaction. Instead of chasing passion, let it follow you. As you build skills, take on new challenges, and contribute meaningfully, passion often emerges naturally. This approach flips the conventional wisdom and offers a more realistic, rewarding path to a fulfilling career. This new way of thinking about work is a manifesto for anyone tired of empty catchphrases like "do what you love." It's about demanding more from your career by demanding more from yourself, by becoming so good they can't ignore you. So what can you do today? Start by identifying areas where you can build rare and valuable skills. Seek feedback, set challenging goals, and commit to continuous improvement. Remember, mastery is a journey, not a destination, and every step you take builds your career capital. Don't overlook the importance of relationships. Building strong connections with colleagues, mentors, and collaborators is a key part of developing career capital. These relationships provide support, open doors, and make your work more meaningful. As your skills grow, so does your autonomy. With more career capital, you gain greater control over your work, your schedule, and your professional direction. This autonomy is one of the most rewarding aspects of a well-built career. As you become more skilled, you also gain the ability to make a real impact. Whether it's through innovation, leadership, or creative contributions, your work can shape your field and benefit others. Impact is a natural result of mastery and dedication. After his realization at the monastery, Thomas shifted his focus from finding the right work to working right. By investing in skill building and meaningful contribution, he was able to build a genuine love for what he did. His story is a testament to the power of the craftsman mindset. You deserve a career that is meaningful, engaging, and rewarding. But to achieve this, you must demand more from yourself by committing to mastery, building career capital, and letting passion follow your progress. This is the path to true satisfaction at work. In summary, the journey to loving your work is not about chasing a pre-existing passion, but about building skills, relationships, and autonomy. By adopting the craftsman mindset and focusing on what you can offer, you create the conditions for passion and fulfillment to grow. This is a realistic, empowering approach to building a career you truly love.